Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's your boy Rico Moneybags bringing you guys the hottest, the latest, and the greatest. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out. We're going to jump into crypto's prices right away, jump into some DGen plays, jump into XPX, of course. We are live on pump.fun. The winners from the last stream have been paid. Shout out to you guys for pulling up for that as well. And the last stream was pretty fire. This one's probably going to be fire as well. I know the markets are testing us, but that's why we do these streams, so we can kind of prepare ourselves for this stuff, right? Because a lot of this stuff is some of the stuff that we kind of were talking about for quite a bit, with Bitcoin's price being rejected and possibly slipping a little bit. Let's see how low prices can slip to, but there's still some hot plays right now doing really good. There's still some things popping off. There's still a lot of great utility plays still building, utility out right around the corner. So it's really nice to see the markets are still somewhat stable, fam. They're still around the same prices. But let's jump right into it. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Appreciate you. Yeah, I see you, man. Let's go. But let's go into this Bitcoin's price, man, and this sell signal that we got on this daily chart, how valid it was. And yeah, it was met with like some reverse and some uptick going on, going back up to 74,000 and some change. But this is still a sell signal. And this is what I've been talking about for these days, right? It's what we've kind of been talking about, that, this rejection right here, that we would have to at some point start to talk about these prices right here at, this point of control at 68,000 BTC, or even lower, coming down to 62,000 and a half, because price got rejected on this 200. We started this downtrend. We started to hit exactly where, if you were still long, you would have freaking closed it out and flipped your trade around. And if you would have done that and just been kind of stoic with how the charts move, you would be in the green right now for that short, even on a daily chart. So being patient on a daily chart, yeah, it can take a whole bunch of days, but if you're writing a nice short from here all the way down to here, it's not bad. Now there's low instances where you can like catch some longs, and I've even done it during this downtrend. There's been little moments where you can definitely catch some trades, but what you're seeing is more shorts than anything. We had our long momentum happen on this side of the 4-hour chart on a higher time frame, and we watched it, right? We kept track of this price, and we started to warn everybody once it started to cross the 200 moving average, and where that sell signal on the 4-hour chart, most people don't want to wait this long, because one, it's going to test you. Let's just be honest. It's going to come down. It's going to come right back up. You're almost going to say, just, what, forget about it. I'm too scared. It comes back down. You start to lose on that profit again, but it still is not really holding any support above that 200 moving average. And this is why, hey, what's up, Saphir? This is why we kept an eye on this on a higher time frame, because look how valid that sell signal was. So there wasn't too much to miss out on the market, right? Because this sell signal on a 4-hour time frame is extremely valid. And I think sometimes, even myself, I get caught up in that. I speak from experience that you get on the shorter time frames, and really you could just place a nice solid long and wait 2 weeks and let that trade, do a swing trade on it and have some serious gains, and do other stuff that you got to do throughout the day. And that's for anybody. Anybody could do that. So, this sell signal took about, 2 weeks, 12 days. But look how valid it was. Did it get tested a few times going back up? Yes, it did. But right now you can see how valid that was. And this is why it's important to do this. I know it's not the most fun part of the streams. It's a lot more fun when we're on this side of the chart and everything's super euphoric and we're freaking just climbing up. But we got to just keep it real with everybody on the channel. This is how we're going to be able to keep pulling up. I've been on YouTube since 2021, got close to 4,000 videos, well over that, because with live streams and everything like that, crazy amount of videos, massive amount of community, amazing project with a community in there. And this is what helps us stay in this for a long time. It's just being able to zoom out sometimes and just be like, we got to wait for price to do what price has to do. And we were really studying that on the daily chart, which is, again, another higher time frame. Shout out to Blunt House, man. This right here, when we got rejected on this 200, where it's like, all right, well, we're not going to be tripping too much if we do see it come down a little bit more, right? Because it got rejected on the 200. We are waiting patiently. You see how much patience is a virtue? What an example of that. Because we're like, hey, we'll be fully back on. We're so back, right, Saphir? When we had this, well, we didn't get that. So we got to just keep it real with ourselves and be like, you know what? We were being patient because we've been through so many. Even this was a little moment where we were consolidated for a long time and we went straight up to the 200 and got rejected. And you're not going to get me a whole bunch of times. So here we are doing this sideways trading for a while, and we're going up like we did before, but it got rejected. And you know what? We didn't take the slap in the face this time, because obviously when it first happens, the first dip, we all wanted to come back right away, right? But it was like, all right, it didn't happen. You guys took it even freaking lower, but it's like, all right, then do this, and then I'll be ready for when we say the races are back on, essentially. But you guys can see right here, this would be a crucial spot for Bitcoin to try to bounce off of, because this is that same section of prior resistance, future support type of scenario, but it's kind of broken through that already. That's why we have the sell signal. We wouldn't have the sell signal if it didn't break past these tops over here that it created support. We lost it. And that's why that sell signal triggered, because this was a crucial little area for us to hold on to. And now we got the point of control. So is 68,000 BTC on the table? I would say, most likely. Is it going to happen today or tomorrow? Are there going to be little moments where some green candles in the downtrend? Most likely. But you could probably see another dip coming on. And we're going to check out a lot of them, which I know, like I said, man, I always feel like I'm bringing the bad news. But I'm not trying to bring the bad news. I'm just trying to keep it 100 with you guys. Because, like I said, this keeps us the longevity in the market. Here goes your ETH, and we were talking about coming down to $1,800 ETH. We wicked down to 1971. We didn't quite go down to 1,800, but would you argue that maybe we're going to see, this $1,800 ETH? I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that. Maybe we bounce off of this and we get enough momentum to finally get to where this is meeting up to break above that. But till then, when we're in this red cloud, you just got to think bearish. You got to put your emotions aside. I know we all love crypto, but right now this is a little bit on the bearish side. Now we still got plays. We still got, people making floors, and our charts are looking better and better. But this is just part of crypto. This is just part of it. And for me, it's easier to be along for the ride when I'm not hit with a bunch of surprises like this. And the way that we don't get hit by surprises is by kind of doing this TA right here. Be like, all right, well, we kind of talked about the point of control. We also talked about this. Is it a guarantee? No. Could it happen? Possibly, right? We got a sell signal, a little bit of momentum gone, and the overall crypto market cap is under 250 again. So we know that it gets a little bit more bearish when we're under that 250. If we get back over 250, a lot of things will start to turn right back around. So let's go to the next one. Oh, I missed XRP. Let's go back to XRP. I think this one's important to bring up. Same thing right here. So coming down to the same section on XRP, exactly kind of where it's been before. And this is where, if it broke past this, you could get cheaper XRP. That's the way to look at it, right? If it broke past that, because these supports over here are pretty important. So if it broke past that, are we going to see cheaper XRP? Most likely. Is it the end of the world? Nah, not even close. Not even close. Not even close. But it's okay to possibly short it. I don't know, not financial advice, and see if you can make some money on XRP. But now it's at 132. Let's go to BNB next. Appreciate you guys pulling up, sharing the stream if you guys can, leaving some comments for the algo. Greatly appreciate it. And I also started a community on Pump Fund. I think that's pretty bullish. And I think Pump Fund's going to do really good. That's a launchpad / social media platform now. It's socialify all the way, because we're live streaming. We have a chat, and now there's a community page on the XPX. So you guys can join the community if you guys are part of XPX in any way. If you guys got a Pump Fund account, I'd greatly appreciate if you guys went to our live stream right now on pump.fund and join the community up. Leave a comment down below, because we're probably seeing the beginning of something like when we first saw MySpace, when we first saw Facebook, when we first saw IG, when we first saw all these things. To see that you can do that on Pump Fund is pretty amazing. So check that out. There's also been some other features that they've upgraded, where you can turn on I don't see it right now, but they did show it to me. They advertise it. Maybe it's in the settings now where you can set it up to automatically buy back and burn. So they are setting up like a little bit of utility over on Pump Fund, which is pretty bullish. Appreciate you, Darren. Definitely, man. Definitely. We got a nice little floor. That was a nice little push to wake up. It doesn't take much for me to be like, you know what, that's nice. It's just a solid little push. You know, the markets are testing everybody, but we got this thing dialed in for long term. We got the foundation to really take this all the way. We're close to 380K in paid orders. It's pretty impressive for a crypto project. Super organic, like not a bunch of articles made about us, not a bunch of this, not a bunch of that. And that's a lot of stuff that we're going to see when we break that $1 million market cap. A lot of marketing going on. We're going to have quite a bit of ammo to really get the word out there about what we've been doing for the last 2 years. You know, next month we're not too far away. It's a 2-year anniversary of us having this XPX thing really making moves. And let's grow this, man. Let's make this one of your stories. Let's make this one of my stories of where we took this all the way. And we did start off on the Binance Smart Chain. Shout out to everybody on BNB. Shout out to everybody on Smart DeFi. We are looking at BNB right now. And you could be seeing some cheaper prices on BNB. These daily charts, these 4-hour charts, they've been super valid, especially in this slow market like that. Like, put on a couple movies, play with some AI, you know, stress test your your capacity a little bit, and let the markets do what they got to do, right? Here goes the 4-hour chart. We got break underneath the 200. We got a sell signal right here. You know, could this go a little bit lower? Yeah. Is it the end of the world? Is the big question I think everybody needs to ask themselves. It's like, no, it's not. You know, and this is where, like, it's not like we haven't dealt with this before, right? If BNB came down to this lower value range, yeah, we get a sell signal. We break this way. I love when your TA and some indicators, they go hand in hand. And if you look at this point of control, boom, it's right there, right where this thing would flip and turn red. Because if it touches this green line, right where this point of control is at on the daily chart, which is the price of 621, if you place a short there and waited for it to come down here where we've been before, you don't hate the market. You're just monetizing the market, right? And it's prices that we've seen before and you've handled it, or maybe just watched it and didn't take the opportunity on it. But this is what it did last time when it got rejected. So that's something that it could happen again. Is it going to? Is it a guarantee? No, fam. No, there's no guarantees in this space. I mean, one day that we got peace, 1 minute we don't got peace. The minute, and you know, it's driven by so much of that. A lot of that is driven by, you know, how everybody feels. And right now, the feelings are not that great. Okay, Saphir? Oh my God. So where's my feelings at? Right. But these are where you can turn around a negative into a positive, where you know, you take an opportunity and get BNB at a cheaper price at 577, wait for it to come down here, or short it on the way down to there. Especially if the daily chart flips that, you know, the overall sentiment is not where, like, if it flipped that, the bulls are just going to slap this right back, right? It's just smaller plays that are able to do that right now. The alts, you know, they got to have that serious breakout. You know, on XPX or a meme coin right now, you can have a breakout very easily. But the market right now, the overall alts, you know, they got a lot to prove right now. That's just what it is. There's still a lot of work on the table for them to handle. And when this stuff happens, we're gonna be on here. Yeah, I like to move it because we're gonna be moving around. I'm telling you, because this is where we're gonna feel a lot of that. And look at this too. Like, this 200 could literally end up very curved like that. You got confirmation here, and these tops would be exactly where this 200 moving average would be if we broke past that, even without an indicator, just using these resistance. Of course, it would get bullish, and even more so that it broke past the 200, and even more so that would most likely have a buy signal on here, right? And all those confirmations give you the confidence to be like, okay, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. But right now, it's off like it's not Donkey Kong. All right, let's go to the next one, Solana. Very important one right now. We got a sell signal on the daily chart. It is fighting right here. You know, you see it pushing up, but again, all prices we've seen before. And then we're buying more Solana when it goes up. It's these crazy prices right now, especially if we stay above this. If we got underneath this whole line and we broke past this, we're going to see cheaper prices on Solana. But if it bounces right off of that, then hey, this could be the floor on the market. And we've been consolidating for so freaking long. These prices have been like, oh my God. You know, it's like, come on, just are we going down or are we going up, Mr. Mo? Darren, Psychedelic Angel, are we going up or are we going down? Because we're just doing sideways right now. But that is the directions that the markets move. They move up, they move down, and they move to the right. Right now, we've just been moving to the right. And before that, we moved down. So now that we're moving to the right, and before it was down, maybe we get up next. But it's not a guarantee. Don't think that just because we got down, then we got right, then up automatically. No. You know, you have to wait for some of these breakouts to happen. So we're patiently waiting. Again, this patience was a virtue for all of us to wait for this daily candle breakout because my emotions were not all over the place, right? Was it nice when we started going back up? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But when it wasn't going up no more, I wasn't, crying about it. Here we got a sell signal on oil coming out. That could be a good indicator. But BTC right now, daily chart. See how patient we are being for this? We're loading up on the virtue right here. We say, we like this. This is awesome. But we want to see this. I needed to see that. And it didn't happen. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, that's fine. Because we made a deal, an unwritten deal, a verbal agreement of, if this, then that. And we didn't get that. And so, hey, is it the end of the world? No. But are we super surprised where we should be panicking? No, we shouldn't at all. We just got to wait our turn. And the markets are going to come back. People are going to get shooken out left and right. They're going to lose their positions. They're going to get rugged. They're going to get wrecked. All different types of things. They're going to, all different types of things can happen in crypto where, if you just play really smart, DCA into your favorite projects and, take your time right now, you're going to do really good because you're not going to miss out on too much that's going on. Now, what I don't want you to miss out on is XPX, man. Yes, man. Yes. We got a nice solid floor right now. Shout out to every single investor, honestly, every single community member with the DCA. Like every little bit counts. We price everybody out little by little on the BNB side and the Solana side. We're holding it down on both chains. I think, where we started off on the BNB chain, Smart DeFi, when that bonding curve goes live, I'm excited for that. Most people will probably be like, oh no, it's like, I want this to work. There's been a lot of work that's got put into Smart DeFi. There's been a lot of work that's been put into every single project that's on here that's been building nonstop. You got your Noma token, you got your Space Penguins, you got Feg token. And I think it's something that we should want to see it all the way through. And I think the bonding curve is the next wave of the hype for all things Smart DeFi. And if you guys are on Smart DeFi or you guys got BNB, come take a look at us on the BNB chain. If you guys are not familiar, this is the project we launched on Smart DeFi, coming up on 2 years next month. Coming up on 2 years. And I got to give Smart DeFi a big shout out. It really helped us mature into space. It really helped us grow and gave us a solid foundation because the tokenomics are beautiful over here. With the liquidity injection, with the asset backing pool that we have, with the staking protocol for investors to hold, it's really let us have a really solid foundation. We're at 157K market cap on the BNB chain. If you guys don't know, like I said, we launched this 2 years ago. This is a project focused on all things payments. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm the founder of this amazing project. We have an amazing community, amazing team, and we've been doing this. We actually been growing. We want to grow with you. If you have a project, if you're an individual or somebody that's off-ramping their crypto in the crypto space, come over here to xpxpay.com and just check it out. It doesn't even cost that much to check it out. You guys can get some prepaid cards and go ahead and start to use it right away. We have some really cool things coming up around the corner. This rest of the year for XPX is going to be pretty jam-packed with things. And that's pretty exciting because we just continue to develop. We continue to focus on the foundation of, adoption and for cryptocurrency. And yeah, man, we're rooting for all the meme coins. We're rooting for all the NFTs. We want those things to work. So like that, when you're winning and you're ready to off-ramp your cryptocurrency, you guys can come over to xpxpay.com and have real world purchasing power. It's super important to, not only just be financially free, but to have the freedom to spend your finance. Is the last puzzle to the piece, and XPX holds the key to that. And we want to share that key. We want to make copies of that key for you guys. We want to help your business grow. We want to help your project grow. If there's anything that XPX can do for you guys, as far as, Visa cards, MasterCards, off-ramp solutions when it comes to our bill payments, non KYC gift cards, and the list is about to continue very soon. Definitely send us a DM, whether it's on our business email or just send me a DM at Rico Moneybags on X or at Rico Moneybags on Telegram. You guys don't miss out also on the referral program. This is something that I think is going to be pretty bullish for everybody who gets this done. The more people we have using our portal, the more people that we have that our clients continue to grow, the more our resume continues to grow. Being at $380,000 in paid orders with a very organic, homegrown, home brewed project, it's a huge milestone. And I think we're really on the verge of those rocks that you keep hitting, and that spark happens where this thing turns into a 7-figure, 8-figure company. And everybody who's an early investor, just like those people who invested into Facebook early, people who invested into Amazon early, people who invested into PayPal and Visa card and MasterCard, all these things super early, are doing pretty well. This is the future of payments right here, right before your guys' eyes. You guys can get a bag at Smart DeFi, or you guys can get it also on Solana right now. I'll post a contract address for this as well for you guys. Let me grab this, post it right here. Boom, shakalaka. We got a nice floor right here. Shout out to the person who pumped it up. Respect to all the whales. And we want to keep the whales whaling, man. And as we make floors and the whales see that they can, ape in more, they want to make money too. That we got to let the whales whale, and that's just part of the market. I want them to feel like they can, count on their investment going all the way and being invested into something real and tangible. That's XPX 100%. Like, it's right here, community, team, utilities, keeping their word all the way. Everything is check. And you're seeing it at a crazy discount at 113K market cap on Solana, 157K market cap on BNB. Get your guys' bags today. Give us a follow at XPX Token. Make sure you guys don't miss out for all the latest and greatest, especially with tech coming out around the corner, right? Also, join our Telegram. If you guys are new to the channel, join our Telegram and check us out over here. All right, let's get into some plays that we've seen kind of popping off, man. We're just, like I said, there's always going to be the new plays that are doing really good. There's some meta going around with this whole narrative 250 and 8, right? Which is pretty cool because I just did this starting the community. So this is how fast crypto works. So in order to start a community on X, on Pump.Fun, you have to hold at least $8 to connect your X account to the community on Pump Fun. And I just did that. So you guys can do that as well and connect to, our community on XPX Pay on Pump Fun. But they ran with that right away. And it's just pretty cool to see how fast narratives grow into space. And then you also got this. And it's like almost like where's that at? The 250 Trump stuff. Like, now, honestly, I seen it when it was first pumping up. I think it was the day before yesterday. And I still put it up there, even though I saw the charts this morning. I was like, all right, obviously. But I did it more for the narrative, right? More for, I'm not telling everybody to chase this. Who knows? It could definitely pump back up, some more Trump 250 stuff. It could be pretty powerful. And when you think about it, just buy 250 worth, that's pretty cool. Imagine how far something can pump up if everybody just bought 250 worth. Like, if there was a day like everybody bought 250 worth, so Thursday, everybody buy 250 worth. Is like, you could probably turn something around pretty fast because it will create a lot of buying pressure, a whole bunch of buys coming through. So I did this more for the narrative. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if this narrative actually comes to be when it comes to this 250. But I thought this was pretty interesting. Now, this is really, really early plays. These are the ones you want to be, very careful with, especially when they're first popping off, because you don't know how strong this narrative is. You don't know how long people are going to like it. But considering it's attached to the Pump Fun platform, it is a narrative that could stick around in crypto terms, right? Just because, essentially you can go to Pump Fun, and if you go to communities, you can see where, it's $8. So, Pump Fun is literally telling you what to do. At least buy $8 worth. Just hold $8. So how far can something go if a crazy amount of people people are going to buy more than $8 worth, but it does open the window for people who are like, well, let me at least get $8 worth of it, right? Everybody buy $8 worth of it right now. Everybody buy $8 worth of XPX right now. Everybody buy $8 worth of whatever favorite project you got, and they'll be like, "What? What's going on?" I don't know. Something can happen from that. So that's why we came to check this one out and added that also to the list because yeah, it was just pretty interesting to see these narratives come to life so fast. And that's crypto for you. How long do they last? We don't know. We don't know. But hey, it's live. It's number 8, which is a great number. Just hold 8. And it's trending right now on Dex Screener. It's got some good volume, and it's probably going to have a lot of people's attention because it's news. Like Pump Fund has been like kind of doing pretty good when it coming to rolling things out on the platform. Like I seen the other day where they asked me, I didn't do it. I wanted to read more about it, but I don't see it now. I'm sure if I look for it, I could find it in the settings or something like that. But it asked me if I wanted to turn on like a buyback and burn automatic feature. So right there, you see, yeah, right here. So tokenized agent. So we'll have an automatic agent buying back and burning XPX on Solana. So you're starting to see where the platform is also even starting to give a bit of utility because let's be honest, that's some utility. Sometimes burn was only a utility for a long time. So the fact that it has the buyback and burn feature, and it's not just a burn mechanism, because sometimes it was just burning, right? That was a utility in itself, that there was like a burn mechanism out of the percentage. But the fact that it's actually just buying back and burning, I thought that was pretty interesting. So automatically direct revenue to coin buybacks and burns performed by agent or humans. If you were in the TG with me earlier today, you guys see how this is being implemented everywhere? This whole like agent talk, like you guys like, we're saying sentences that never even existed before. So we're gonna have a AI agent do the buybacks and burns for you. I'm telling you, there's a lot when it comes to the future, and we're right here. And again, buys and stuff like that, those are purchases. That's literally purchases. And everything's gonna have it. Everything's gonna have it. We're right here in the mix. And if we can be relevant with that, with how AI agents are the narrative and the meta at the same time being involved in crypto payments, speaking of XPX, that is massive for us. That is massive. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving, fam. We got the law of attraction. We had the manifest one doing really good. Now they got the secret out here. Who remembers this when this first came out? This was the beginning of all that. This is where a lot of that started. And man, we want that. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys can call it hocus pocus, but I think there's some truth to it. You don't want to be bitter and stuff. I never saw somebody bitter down and out really knock anything out the park, right? It's like you have to be ambitious. You have to believe in yourself. You have to, we are literally talking about this today, with Gary and stuff about, writing it down and, manifesting some of this stuff. And that's why we got manifest up as well. That one's been pumping up really hard. And, when everybody gets on the same page, there is some synergy and some kind of like something comes from that, right? And you got to attract that stuff, right? It's like don't it's like people chase, it's like a little paraphrasing Jim Rohn a little bit, but like, instead of like chasing to be successful, like become the person that success gravitates to, right? And that's a lot of things that I've done in my own life with like how XPX, like honestly, instead of chasing certain things and trying to, because it just runs away from you when you chase it. But if you can attract it by becoming the person that has that stuff or does that stuff, right? Walk like that stuff, do that stuff, interact with those types of people, it does do something. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. XPX is proof of that, and I was outside the other day and I was kind of thinking, enjoying a beautiful cigar outside. The weather was beautiful, perfect amount of breeze. And I was like, yeah, I know we're in here to make money and stuff, but it is much bigger than, like, to me is bigger than that because it's also proof of like exactly psychedelic angel, the mindset. Like the mindset is everything. And without the mindset and, having that type of belief system in yourself and that you could do it, that if you just keep doing it, it'll happen for you. That's how you attract these things, and you got to sound kind of crazy to people. You know how many people just said I remember when this came out, people, I remember even listening to Conor McGregor. And it's like, yeah, when you get into this mode and if you even speak of this too much, people will be like, oh, you sound crazy. When I first was talking about XPX, people thought I was crazy. When I was even telling people that were close to me in the crypto space, that's what I want to do. They're like, what is all that? what was that? How many humana? What was that about? So what? But it doesn't come without that. And that's what I noticed. It's just like, Frank Sinatra said it. That's life, man. You gotta, so you can look back and be like, and what it does, it literally, it gives you confirmation to do it more. It gives you confidence to do it more. And that's why it's important to understand that sometimes you're going to sound delusional to some people when you're coming up with something that is not what they're used to, because you're breaking out of the norm, right? So they're gonna be, they're gonna snarl, snicker, whatever, word that we want to put right there. And you need that though. You need that so like the next time that you're going to do that you have, because you're going to have another idea. You're not just going to have one idea. You're not just going to be ambitious one freaking time. But these moments that you actually follow through and don't let people discourage you is what gives you the confidence to do it again and to do it again better and to push it further, because you say, hey, I heard the snarling before. I remember when I told people in the real world and in the crypto space that I wanted to do XPX. And, people in the real world, it sounded even far-fetched from them because, we don't grow up with people that can have connections to Visa card and MasterCard. So that just sounded crazy far away. But, people in the crypto space, people super close to me were like, So what? What was that? Well, And you know what? I just, instead of trying to prove people wrong, just prove yourself right. And, take this. This is not spiritual advice. Hey, what's up, Lisa? But there is some power to this. And I think there's some, whether you call it the law of attraction or you call it manifesting or whatever you want to call it, right? There is something to the way you speak, right? And I think that's what it has to do with more than anything. You can put whatever, belief system you want behind it, but it's the power of the tongue. Literally, you don't ever see somebody just being down and out all the time out of nowhere. Just no. It's like you have to change the way you talk, the way you say things, and the way you do things. And even if it sounds crazy, you got to do it. And right here, we got the law of attraction. I thought it was important to bring this one up because we had a conversation in the VC, in the XPX Telegram. Man, I know we're a utility project, but we know how to vibe. We know how to talk about everything in that thing. And it's an amazing community, honestly. It really is. And we're able to talk about a lot of different topics while we're building the future of finance. And I thought it was pretty interesting that we were talking about manifesting, talking about, the law of attraction with Gary. And I get some things ready, looking for some tickers. And we have already covered manifest, but now you got the law of attraction and looking really good, because if you get a bunch of people on the same page and that synergy is just, vibrating the walls of the room, this is what you got right here. And people don't want the law of attraction not to work. So you got a little bit of that. If you have toxic people around you, I keep my mouth shut. Yep. Same here. Same here. I've learned to, if I've even tested it. If you say a little bit of just something you're excited about, if it's always met with, it's like, that's the last time I tell you anything. Every time I got an idea, you get the humming away. you turn into a hummingbird the way you be humming. I was like, geez. Oh man, much love and respect to you guys, man. I'm just being me. This is who I am, and I'm calling it how I see it, man. It's just better like that. Here we got manifesting. Pretty cool, right? And manifesting is the intentional process of turning desires into reality by aligning thoughts, emotions, and belief to create a higher frequency vibration. And maybe, you don't believe in vibration. And if you don't, you better not say, hey, I didn't like the vibe when I went there. You know what? I went to that spot and Or you know what? I met that person and I didn't like their vibe. Their vibe was off. Man, that's just short for vibration, fam. That's all that is. Ain't no vibe. That's a that's a vibration, and a vibration is a frequency, right? You guys know I got that Nikola Tesla tattoo, right? So I'm deep into this stuff right here because these emotions move, right? And you change the way you feel, and you can see what can be done. I'm glad that they're winning for the sake of manifestation, for the sake of the law of attraction, and I like rooting for the winners, right? And that's part of the way that I even carry myself is like according to that. Look how much we've been through over the last 2 years. And yeah, there's been times where you feel like you get kicked between the legs in certain scenarios or whatnot like that. But I didn't let it like where it stopped me, right? Where it completely stopped what I was so happy about. Being able to know people from Australia, know people from the UK, know people from all around the world, and actually build something substantial like XPX. And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna let one, two, three, four, five, how many people that want to get in the way of that, get in the way of that. Yeah, you can feel how you want to feel. I'm not here to dictate your feelings and your belief systems. I'm not even here to convince anybody that I'm talking about the right stuff. Do you? But I have to be conscious of like how I want to do me, right? Because that's the only thing that I'm in control of is how I react to everything. Because things are going to happen no matter what. I mean, things, man, they've been happening since I can remember, right? And over the years, I've just gotten better. And that's just something that happens as we get older. You know, 38 now, and, men mature a little bit later than women. So I'm catching up for all the ladies in the chat. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And we're manifesting this thing. And we're doing the right things when it comes to why not give yourself that opportunity? Say, hey, I'm going to put all the right ingredients in this, and I'm going to make the best freaking cake of the best cake anybody tasted, right? Or the best meal anybody tasted. It's like, how can I put all the ingredients in here? How can I put the best of best? Of my emotions, of my ambition, and the way I deal with problems. What would happen if I did that? And it's a bit of an experiment, I guess, right? The Rico Moneybags experiment on what would happen if you did all these things. And I think what happens is you know, create an amazing project and meet a bunch of amazing people, a bunch of like-minded people, and we actually build something really amazing in the crypto space. We're so early. And I think that we have the right ingredients as a project. And I think the crypto space does too, with things like this and the way communities come together. It's absolutely amazing. And we're setting the standard for like, PayPal doesn't have their own community. There's not a Cash App community. So crypto's very different the way that we do things. And we're so early in this way that we move where, there's actually communities behind these companies, and, instead of just being shareholders, they hold the tokens that is part of something real. So, man, manifesting, man. And that was such a great conversation earlier today. And fam, it's got to be more than chart goes up, chart goes down when we're in this space for so long. And those VCs, those impromptu TGs that I have with you guys, and you guys just let me be me, and you guys have my back. I appreciate it, and that's why next month is 2 years. Nobody can take that away from us. And big thanks to the XPX community. I don't think you can go out and make that community. I've said it before. I see people, but I just think it was something that possibly manifested, and we attracted each other to XPX. I used to even say that, a lot. It's like, I don't think you can go out and try to build what we have. As far as you can read a book and try to do it, and it was just like, it's something unique. And it's one of the, as far as XPX, we got a crazy amount of utility. We get more props for our community than anything. And yeah, I'm super grateful for that. And you guys can build that too, the manifest community. I see the Thierry fan. We'll bring up Thierry right now, Lisa, if you're still in here. And even if you're not, man, I'm going to bring you guys up. You guys got an amazing community. You guys are doing amazing stuff. And I'm going to showcase what you guys are doing as well. So manifesting right here, can they manifest this to $100 million market cap? I guess that would be the biggest question. But out of everything lately, they're holding pretty strong. It's been a while since we're talking about things in, 20-something million dollar market cap, doing the pattern, but then still holding above here. A lot of things have, they'll come back down and then kind of gradually go back up. All right, we got Babytroll right here. This is interesting because we saw the last troll doing really good. I thought I'd bring this one up because this is what nobody wants to hear about or talk about is after it did this, right? And everybody's shooken out. But this could be when these things pop back up. And I think troll, this is always going to be part of the space. Troll was the other one that popped up really strong lately too. That shook everybody out and then popped up super strong. But maybe people are doing Babytroll. Remember the baby season, everybody? The 2021 bull run. It was baby she, baby Doge, baby Floki, baby Feg, baby that, baby everything. It was baby. Oh man. So we got Babytroll. And it did have a nice little run up. And obviously, Pump Fund's going to do this. It comes right back down super fast. But if you got a solid narrative, if you got something, you can make those people buy right back in. And it's right back at 757K market cap. And this is one that possibly, if it breaks past $1 million, it stakes its claim as Babytroll can stay here, right? Babytroll is a real troll. Even when there's, big troll, Babytroll might be something. And all those people that are still on the Telegram are now watching this thing go right back up, and they'll start buying it right back up. They don't care getting in at 1 million. It goes to 5. So could be something to keep an eye on if you guys are doing some degen activity, right? Let's go to Thierry. Shout out to Lisa, Ben Billions, Nira. Let's go to Thierry. I know they're doing really good right now. I hold some Thierry. I'm just going to let them do what they got to do. I bought on the dip down here. I bought when they first started, and then I bought some on the dip up, not like super down here, but like somewhere over here. And I'm just gonna let them cook, man. Just let them do what they got to do. I think Ben Billions, Lisa, and Nero, that's an amazing combo for this thing to go a lot further. So they came all the way down to like 15K market cap, and they're right back at 218K. I mean, it's living proof that the minute you start going right back up, they will join all over again. So just have that breakout moment. 73K. Here goes that 100K consolidated for a little bit after going up to like 188, came back down, but it broke 200K and it broke previous all-time highs. 357. So pretty impressive if you guys ask me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue. Their next stop is 500K, and people will start to FOMO into this. This is a solid community, solid project. That is Ben Billions, Nira, and Lisa, man. Shout out to you guys. You guys are absolutely epic. Let's see if we can find Lisa. You guys can give her a follow. Oops, that worked. Give Lisa a follow. Stay up to date to everything they got going on. Their spaces. Oh, look, she's amazing. She reposted it. Also check out Weedstas as well, man. Shout out Moon Daddy as well. You got a lot of great stuff going on. You got Raid Sharks doing some spaces. You got Andy doing what Andy does. You got Ben Billions right here. Let's go to Ben Billions' page as well. Give him a follow. Thierry CTO right here. And yeah, I mean, bullish community. Bullish community. Don't miss out, fam. This one's no. Doing really good, man. You guys are doing really good. And that's what happens. Everybody starts crying in the casino. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. All right, man. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Tomorrow we got a space with XPX. We're getting closer and closer to some things as far as XPX releasing some utility. It'd be a great time for you guys to get in, leading up to the countdowns, leading up to the actual release. You guys know that there's a lot of hype. Get your positions now. This is a great opportunity. And yeah, we've already done like $3,000 in buybacks and burns. It's going to keep happening. So let's keep climbing up. Get ready for this utility to be released, but there's more utility throughout the year that's going to be released. So just stay locked in, fam. We're super early on crypto adoption. We're super early on cryptocurrency. We're super early on, the future of payments, and XPX is right there. We're right here in the mix, and we're already, exploring things on the back end, testing things on the back end to make sure that we stay relevant with everything that's going on with all this new terminology, AI this, AI that. So don't miss out, fam. Stay locked in with us. We're just barely getting started. Ooh, 248. What's BTC at now? Okay. Little uptick again. Is it back? Is it all the way back? Even the 15-minute chart. Look how valid it is. This 200 moving average. little false breakout. If it can get back above there, we'll catch a run again. Just got to get there. Even it's so fractal, it doesn't matter where you look at it. And then we can see it running back up. But patience is a virtue. Let's continue to do that. We've already spent since October 10th. We've been doing this since back here. Downtrend, sideways, downtrend, sideways, downtrend. We just need that breakout to happen. But till then, we just got to keep being patient, keep building, grow your bags in these, like Ben Billion says, the red days are the bread days. When the markets are fearful, it's time to be greedy. And, you can wait for a price to settle, find a floor and then do that. Or, don't wait for it to start pumping up like crazy. But FOMO is a real thing. I'm sure you'll still FOMO even when it's time to FOMO. But this right now, when it's quiet like this, it's the bread days. It's the bread days. Appreciate you guys all pulling up. Psychedelic Angel, Saphira, I love you, bro. Darren, Lisa pulling up, Mr. Mo, everybody that's listening to this recording later on. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're going to get through this together, man. Freaking crypto, just being crypto, but we're going to get through this. We're definitely going to get through this. And when it pumps back up again, we're going to be right there and be like, whoo, you remember when we were like fighting a baby bear, and the bear was whooping on us? It was like domestic abuse of what this bear was doing. It was like whooping on us, right? It was like, you got to earn them. You got to earn it. So we're going to earn our stripes right now. We'll get to say that. We'll have like, what's that little baby bear on your shirt for? I fought a baby bear. Okay. We had a baby bear and it was ruthless and I fought it since October 10th. We fought it for almost a year. We'll see how long this fight goes, but we've been fighting this baby bear for over 200 days, but I don't think it can put up that much of a fight forever, right? It can't be forever. Crypto's not going to zero. So that's a 4 hour. Hold on. Let's see exactly how long it's been. Because, whoo, it's like, it's been so long. Yeah, 223 days. We've been wrestling a bear. So shout out to you being able to wrestle a bear. And it's going to submit eventually. It's going to submit. We'll get this. So you guys have a great day. Appreciate you guys pulling up, smashing the likes. It was nice to see that little buy wall being there. I do appreciate all of you guys who did that. Let's keep pushing together, raids and whatever we can, right? Just keep being you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. And know that we got some cool things right around the corner. Much love and respect. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys can do that. Continue to come back and experience abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you gotta fight